Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling the good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
Are we together now? You're messing with me. Are we together now? There we go. Let's start this over and get it started right. Y'all know what it is.
Y'all know what it is. MZ Talks Boxing.
Let me make this abundantly clear. We talk about boxing here. My opinion is winning, but if you ain't feeling the good on your boxing, yeah. This mental headshot sting. So do these body blows that I bring. You wanted the big step to the ring. Let's go to the toe to the final bell ring. MZ Talks Boxing. Yeah.
Well, I guess we finally got it right. I keep seeing that crazy screen popping up. Get that out of here. Now, let's go and get it started like it's supposed to. Rolly, y'all know what it is. Hold on, man. This is insane. This is insane. First of all, let me say thank you for showing up. Who we got? Let me get these right here. Gil Cole's in the house. Always first, man. That dude is on point all the time. Salute to you, Gil Cole. Salute Derek Bailey in the house. Glad you guys stopped by. I just got to step back for a second. That's just terrible. It's a lot going on in boxing that I want to get to touch on. You know, as you guys seen in the title, we're going to try to talk a little bit about Rolly and Tank. Mainly about Rolly, Kambosos, and Devin Haney, because, you know, some history set up. Salute. Trey X in the house. Did I put a link out already? I believe I did. So, brothers, y'all know anybody that want to jump in and join in, feel free to. Rolly said he was, Derek Bailey said Rolly says he was winning every round. Come on now. We all know that Rolly tripping with himself, because Rolly was talking like as if the fight hadn't happened yet. I thought I saw him on something. They made so many memes on him so fast and so swift. The man was talking like he hadn't even had to fight yet. How was you winning every round? Every round, Rolly? I was winning every round of the fight. Every round. You won the round that you got knocked out in? Because that's one of the things that I want to know. He did all that noise talking, and like a novice, a rookie. I won't say a total novice, but the inexperience showed by him following Tank around. And I heard Trey X while he was calling it, Tank looked like he trying to have Rolly follow him around and stop on a dime and catch him. And when I finally got to see it, that's exactly what Rolly was doing, following him around, and he ran into the punch. Got caught. I'm going down. He hit the ground, rolled over, stood up. That leg buckled back like the girls used to do back in the day, standing on the back of their legs. Rolly was just out of there. But for him to come back and go into the press conference and say that he won every round and he had Tank running and all this kind of stuff, that's crazy. Sure, Tank took a couple of punches. He got some good leash landing on him. But this is the second time, I think, the second fight that I heard Tank speak after the fact, where he said, I just wanted to see how hard the dude hit so I know how to approach it. I don't know if that's a good idea, because what if you end up running, doing that to somebody that can really crack and they catch you and put you down? That won't look good at all. Ryan Garcia made himself look totally, just totally foolish. The perfect example of a person betting with his heart. Ryan Garcia. Is that D-Lo 404 boxing I seen? I don't know what's going on with my screen. It's not moving like it's supposed to. What's up, man? Salute to you. Glad to see you come through. I had to do everything from work this week, but I enjoyed listening to the fight while I was at work. But Ryan bet Earl Spence, from what I'm understanding, 20 racks. 20. Betting with his heart instead of just keeping it real and betting like he was supposed to. He knew that dude wasn't gonna beat Tank. He knew it like I knew it, and like all of you guys knew it. That's why I hope none of y'all bet on Rolly to win, because that would have just been foolish. Rolly, poor guy. He poor sportsmanship in the loss by just walking out the ring. So, and I heard somebody ask the question, well, why would you try to make him? Why would you make him run out there and have an interview right after he got knocked out? Well, shit, that's usually how I go. I need to get an Honorable Supreme Court Justice MZ Toss Boxing, Marlo Corner, Trey X, and D-Lo 404 Boxing to make a ruling, a case I'm handling. But speak up then, sir. Let us see what it is you're talking about. And I'm sure we can all come together, collaborate, and debate, and come up with the best ruling possible. Because that's what we're here for. We're here to offer. Dealer 404 Boxing says, no, sir, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at my money at all. I'm not quite sure. Joseph Brown, salute. Appreciate you coming in, man. He say, salute, fam. And I say, salute back. Lay it out, sir. That's right. Lay it out. Lay out the case for us and let us know what it is you're talking about. Now, I heard Rolly's dad went in and met with Tank's camp after the fact. And they give him kudos. But I could see Rolly, talk noise. Yeah, still, give your interview. Because if you had won, you better believe you'd have been out there doing flips, cartwheels, telling the world that you Tank a bitch. I'm going to knock Tank out in one round. I'm going to knock him out. But boy, he talked a great game and he sold a hell of a fight. But, he didn't go out there and do anything he needed to do. Nothing at all. And I figured his judo background might give him a little effort, but I see now that's only good when he's in the clinch and he's up close where he can use elbows and do the little slick moves that he do. But Tank showed he can box. I don't like that tactic of him having to test their power like that. Just assume everybody could hit hard and work from there. He made a good assessment of himself by saying that he wasn't warmed up and he needs to start trying to get warmed up a lot better before a fight starts, so he don't have to go through so much. I'm still kind of confused on the point that he made about sometime he panics when it comes to certain things. I guess that's why he tried to make sure he's super relaxed and have fun. So I guess I do know what he meant. At first, when he first said it, it kind of went over my head. But anyway, like I said, we finna have fun tonight. I want to talk about, what you guys saw or think about the Tank Rolly fight. I'm not giving Rolly a lot of credit saying that, oh, he did a lot better than what I thought he would do. He lost. I thought he would lose. I can't say that I thought he would do any better than that. I thought he would lose. I thought he would get knocked out, just like everybody else. So I know some people gonna have their side of the story, but my side of the story is, hey, Tank did what he was supposed to do, and Rolly didn't. Rolly lost. He's no better than what I saw him in that fight where he beat the guy where he was using the kind of messed up tactics, and he didn't even need to do that. He could have just beat that dude without the dirty tactics. So that's something that they teaching. His coach Bullet is spitting out the same sentiments, talking about Rolly won every round. He just got caught with a clean shot. Well, usually that what pretty much messes up a fight is a clean shot or a lot of clean shots. Man, they need to just go ahead and say, look, the better man won. Rolly wasn't ready. He talked himself into a fight. He might have got himself a little payday, but it helped Tank. They names would be together forever for setting what they sold it out with how many people it was in, like 19,000 or something like that. They had a nice crowd in there. I don't know what the pay-per-view numbers are. I kind of don't care. When I look at it on TV, if I see it was a crowd there, that was enough interest for me. Listening to it with you guys, with Trey X calling, it was great. I was at work. People was coming in and out the place, asking, man, who is that? And I'm letting them know that's my boy Trey X, from all those corners. Y'all need to check that out over on YouTube. Best fight caller in the game. So I had people cracking up and laughing, listening to him call it. But Rolly got his ass handled. He didn't get beat up real bad, but the knockout and the stoppage was cool for me. And I want to move on to this no good, sorry ass George Kambosos and this craziness he talking about. Salute to Joseph Brown from Derek Bailey. I'm jump in here and say something. In other words, hell no, this is D-Lo 404 Boxing. I didn't bet no money on Rolly. I feel you. I didn't either, man. I didn't either. I didn't even give the thought of it. Like I told y'all, I was having a dream that Rolly was finna win the fight, and I woke up. That's how much I didn't believe he could win. Sounds like old girl from the media movie hollering by room. I don't know which movie that is. You're gonna have to tell me about it. You say Rolly sound like that though. Bang that like button. That's right. We're gonna sit in here and chill and have fun. I got some new songs that that me and the brothers can put together. Like I told y'all, I'm gonna keep my word. We're gonna get these songs played for y'all, and then I'm gonna aim them over to TuneCore so they could be ready and available. I believe Apple Music, iTunes, Spotify, things like that. Gil Coles, I need Ken Fo's Boxing to make good on $100 bet he owes to Yasser Hussein. He forced me to file these charges. Yasser always says the proceedings can go directly to the corner. Oh, well, I see where this case is going. Took you a second to bring it back out, but I see what we're talking about. And I do believe that, we can come together and have a nice discussion with the general King of King of Kings. We can have him to come on in. He's usually around. He'll show up in a little bit, and I'm sure we'll get that taken care of. He might even show up on the show instantly and say, I already took care of it. Y'all behind. So I'm going to wait till he show up if he shows up. I'm pretty sure he might catch a message and see that we are running and it's being brought up. Rolly got stopped first round sooner than I thought. Mm. I didn't know. I kind of was hoping like Tank had said that he wanted to beat him up. I was hoping to see him like really beat him up. You know, let him really absorb the punishment and get that ass whooping. Because you see the knockout, in my opinion, it didn't beat the dumb out of him. He was still pretty stupid coming back in there saying he won every round. He was doing everything he needs to do and stuff like that. We got Bruce Gas Boxing, Jazz and more in the house. What's up, Bruce, man? How you enjoying those candles? Glad you stopped by. Hit that like button for me and let's keep it moving. Bruce says, peace, my brother, at Musically Zone Talks Boxing. I don't know. I think I'm a little high because it seems like I'm almost to myself sounding a little slower, literally like, and I don't need to be sounding like that. Maybe I'm just excited to be here with you guys tonight. That's what it is. I'm excited. I'm sitting here. I'm having fun. Let me get myself together here. He say, King of Kinfolk's Boxing has previously started on your channel that defendant Yasser needed to prove his cash or provide his cash app information. Now, we can't be filing a case against King of Kings if Yasser hasn't provided the information for cash app. But then on the other side, wait, let me get on up here so I can see who it is. Make sure. Okay. On the other hand, if you saying that the proceedings are to go to Marlowe's corner, does King of King have Marlowe's corner's cash app? And you know, maybe we should ask Marlowe, have the payments been sent in? You know, have the residuals that need to be taken care of been sent in? And we can squash this, or do we need to push forward? So there's a lot of moving parts in this. I think we need to have to look up a way till people start showing up. OMG, Gil, we got to see the receipts. If KOK is disputing that, he owes. That's exactly what I'm saying, sir. I'm agreeing with Judge D-Lo 404 boxing on that one. We have yet to hear Judge Triex speak on the situation, but I'm sure that once the ringing of these words start to tickle their earbuds, then they'll chime in and let us know. But we do need to find out about these receipts, as Judge D-Lo 404 boxing has said, before we could push on and accuse King of King of anything. Would that be, Gil Cole is coming back. He says, I have proof of said Cash App sent info sent on 10/10/21 for the Wilder versus Fury fight. Woo! He provided a date, a month, and a year. He even provided a venue of what was going on. Fury, felt like some film formed on my tongue the minute I said the name, versus Wilder. So with that being said, you know, I'm going to have to just go ahead and get a little deeper on it. Dilo say for the Wilder Fury fight, shit, good thing the juice hasn't been running on that yard since the fight happened. Whoo! Can you imagine? That would be like, you know, some nice little, man, where the hell is King of King? I know he's not gonna stand by and let all this stuff be put down on him like that. Stand up and defend yourself. Let me slide on over here and say, I wanted to see Tank beat Rolly the way Floyd beat Gotti. Exactly, Derek Bailey. I wanted to see him put hands on him to the point where he really understood that in order to step in the ring with somebody that most of the boxing world, except for I'm going to say all of the boxing world, except for the people that was close to Rolly, like the ones that's hating on Shakur, Tank, and Devin. That's Ryan and Teofimo Lopez. Those guys, Ryan bet Earl Spence not because he knew that Rolly could win or possibly could win. It's because he was hoping Tank could take a loss, because then he could talk some old side slick stuff. But I'm seeing he's sitting out there running his mouth a lot. I heard him heard him say "fuck Golden Boy" when he was talking to Leonard Ellerby. Unless somebody gonna tell me that video was tampered with, sure sounded like him. It fit the way his actions was moving. Hell, I didn't even think I might have saw his lips moving when he said it. But I'm gonna let that be. I don't know how you guys feel about Ryan Garcia, but as far as I'm concerned, I don't think Ryan Garcia really wants to fight. I don't even think he wants to fight to try to get a belt so he could pose with it in pictures because, like I told y'all, I saw him sparring with Rolly, and Rolly punched him in the face a couple of times, and he got on his bicycle. He turned more into a B-hop than Devin Haney did when it came to it. Say, that clown said he won. That clown said he won all 6 rounds, and the damn fight didn't even go 6 rounds. You're right. He did say that he won all 6 rounds, and I've asked, how did you win the round that you got knocked out in? That's the part that gets me. How'd you win that round, Rolly? Come on now, let's keep it real. But so proud. He's so proud and just dumb. I can't even, I'm not going to even try to sit here and squeeze my brain to come up with some kind of explanation of why a man would get knocked out, can't stand up straight while he's standing in front of the referee. Don't argue the fact that they stopped the fight and pretty much didn't walk out to fight on your own. You was somebody was constantly seeing like kind of holding you steady as you guys walk. But I digress on that. I won't even beat him up about it. Gil Cole said, "D'Lo 4-4 boxing. I sent you the evidence, Judge. I need to hear what you got to say about that, D'Lo, after you come out." Bruce Gass says, "I love those candles. My wife really loves them. I will reorder. Remodeling right now." Okay, well, congratulations, and I hope however you remodeling turns out the way you want it. I've never been to Rhode Island. It sounds like where you stay at sounds like a beautiful place. It looks like where you do your shooting at is like a little nook, and I love the way that little setup is. A little nook of my own would be something great to have. Now, getting to let's just dive into Devin Haney and George Kambosos. I've been seeing a lot going on with Kambosos. I checked out the Top Rank, how it followed them around into that store where they started having they impromptu oh my goodness, press conference where George Kambosos went to talking about Devin was a rat and how he was going against his countrymen and all that. And Devin was like, "What? You capping and all this kind of stuff." Kambosos talking about how he tried to help Devin's dad. He's still trying to help Devin's dad get over into the country. I'm not buying that. Never have bought into it, and I'm not going to ever buy into it. George Kambosos, the longer he's had these belts and the more conversation has been going on from this dude, the more prima donna he's become, in my opinion. And looking at Devin and listening to the way Devin talks, he still has that young conversation when he not say that. Let me take that back. Let me stop that. Because he's soft-spoken, let me put it that way. Because he's a soft-spoken young man, I can see how people would kind of get the vibe that he might not be that fierce. But on the other hand, I feel like he is. I haven't seen him bag down. He doesn't look shook to me. He looks pretty confident in what he plans on going over there to do. But what he's going to have to do for real is really, really outbox Kambosos and leave no doubt. Put hands on him like I wanted to see hands put on Rolly by Tank. Do as much damage as you can to Kambosos. Just outbox the dude. We all know that Kambosos got some decent speed and some decent pop. I guess you would say decent pop. He did put Teofimo down, but he got put down himself. We don't know. I'm just looking for Devin to go out there. Like I said before, last week, maybe it was last week. I'm just looking for this to be kind of like Devin's true coming out party, and it is set up perfectly because when's the last time the 135 pounds had an undisputed champion? Devin to get a chance to be number 8 in the 4-belt era. I think he just 23 years old. That's gonna be a great notion, and to do it with your dad going through the situation that he's going through with getting over into Australia with a visa, and listening to Bill Haney speak on it, it's not like they denied him entrance into the country. They just told him to take a different route. So, I think they said apply under a working visa, which they know is not going to be pushed through fast enough for him to make it for his son's fight. To hear Kambosos talking about that he tried to help with that situation sounds crazy. For him to look at the cameras of the interview and say, let him in, let him in. Come on, man. That was so fake, so fraud. They don't want to let I heard Bill talking about doing like virtual being virtual in the corner with Devin, which that would have been like, it would be cool when you first think about it, but where would they put the monitor for Devin to be able to see? How would Devin be able to hear the instructions? Now, if they say they was to set it down on the floor and Bill have contact with Zab Judah's dad, who's going to be working the corner, if he can share and give information to him, then I can understand how it could work. But I think if I'm hearing and understanding correctly, Bill said that Kambosos' team even are fighting that, but they claim they wanted to be on an even playing field. Kambosos has been running around saying for I don't know how long that Devin is forced to fight him, and I'm like, dude, the only way you could be undisputed is to fight Devin because Devin has the WBC strap. So this man is all over the place when it comes down to what he's been saying and what he's been talking about. He is more of a fact that he's forced to fight Devin. I understand that he's a decent fighter and everything. Kambosos is pretty good. I'll just say that. I'll say he's pretty good. I'm not gonna dump on him or anything like that. But let's be real. People weren't checking for Kambosos until he was getting ready to fight Teofimo Lopez, and we were pretty fed up with Lopez and his shenanigans. So we pretty much, in the overview, hoped and went for Kambosos to beat Teofimo Lopez because we heard Kambosos tell the lie out of his own lips that if he wins the belts, he's going to fight Devin Haney. That's the next fight because it's the only way to truly be undisputed. And now he's talking about he's the super champ of the WBC. Yeah, I'm the super champ in the other weight classes. The belt that Tank has is fake plastic, and the belt that Devin has is plastic. So now he's trying to make that franchise tag be something more than what it is. And we all know that Kambosos, the only belts he has is the Ring Magazine, IBF, WBA, and the WBO. And I don't think Devin is going to let him take that WBC strap away from him. I don't believe he's going to let that happen at all. I believe he's going to do great. I've seen Devin too. I've seen him in some videos where they're up to date and he's talking about how things are going well for him. Bill says he's got him over there. He's sparring and being on top of what he needs to be on top of. And it looks like, I saw Devin in one video and he asked for something to drink or something. Or he asked for something. He got a guy walking around with stuff in like a backpack, but it's on his chest. A fanny pack, I guess that's what you call it. But he got it wearing across his chest with items that Devin might need, which I think that is super smart. I wouldn't leave my hotel room by itself. I would have somebody always there. And everything that I would eat and drink, the only way I would eat and drink it while I'm there is if it's something that we have Drink your own water, Devin. Eat food that your nutritionist made, that you guys got yourself, or you guys that you trust that went and bought it. Don't leave nothing to chance. Take special care of everything you need to do to make sure that you stay on top of it, dude. Please. My channel not that great, or should I say not that big, but shoot, if one of you guys here and you can pass it, or just please, Bill Haney, make sure your son is drinking his own water, eating his own food, not taking anything from anybody. From now throughout the fight until he comes, just keep him away from people. Go train, and then go to your room. Don't do a bunch of moving around. Don't give people a chance to get at you too much. But please, the thing that I'm really nervous and want to make sure that I stress it. I hope this young man and the people around him make sure that everything he put in his body is something that they know where it came from. They know who touched it and everything. That's what I need. And I think Zab Judah's dad has been in the game long enough that he can make that happen. I really do. Gil Cole said, I think Devin wants it more than Kambosos. Devin fighting for legacy. The money will follow. You're right, Gil, because of the way he took this deal. He got to fight Kambosos. If he wins, he has to fight Kambosos again. Now, if he loses, Kambosos doesn't have to fight him. If he beats Kambosos twice, because this is what I'm understanding, he has to beat Kambosos twice. This is to become undisputed and stay undisputed. He has to beat Kambosos twice, and I believe they're hoping that Lomachenko is back, and he'd have to beat Lomachenko, which, if y'all look at it, it would be a slick play on the hands of Bob Arum, because then he'd get a chance to make Lomachenko, in his mind, really be undisputed with all the belts truly, and he'll kill the thing that, Lomachenko didn't have to hold on or need the franchise belt anyway. He just went about it a different route, coward route, either way you look at it. I'm just spitballing here, saying some things, but I agree with you 100 on that, Gil, because I do believe Devin has more of I want this. This is gonna make me stand out, and this is gonna make people understand that I'm serious about it. And like you said, the money will come later. He's 23 and standing at the cusp of doing something that not many fighters have done. In this generation of the 4-belt era, only 7 fighters have done. And if he's able to pull it off, because time is just seems like set up just so perfect for all these undisputed to start popping off at this time, and we getting a chance to be a part of it and see it. Derek Bailey say, facts, MZ. Thanks, man. I'm glad you agree with me, and I hope you're talking about the fact of what Devin should be putting in or not be putting into his body. Speaking on Kambosos too, once again, it seems like Kambosos is trying to not only he's trying to prove to himself that he's ready for Devin, because it's a lot of stuff that he's just doing that makes me say maybe Kambosos might be a little jittery about what he has to do, how he gonna have to deal with Devin. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he don't think it's gonna be an easy thing for him. Maybe he thinks I'm sure he thinks he's going to be in a serious fight. He went and got himself a gym. He always talking about how I'm better than what you seen me last time. You don't have to keep stressing it. You can say it, a couple of times and then let us see it. But every time we see you, that's one of the things you go on. I'm faster. I'm stronger. I'm better. I'm ready. Okay, well, if you're ready and all that, handle business. I just seen that picture, that promo picture that they were using where Kambosos had his flag draped over his shoulders, and they had Devin Haney standing up there with his hands crossed with a shiny watch on his wrist. Now they got I think with a watch on his wrist and some chains on his neck. Now, the only reason I saw it is because Lala D made a video about it, and she was speaking on how Fred from Barbershop Conversations had made a phone call and got the poster changed. But I went and checked out the link that Lala had spoke on, and man, that's crazy. And I don't know what most people say or would try to say, but a lot of the stuff that this dude Kambosos has been doing with Devin has been borderline on the racist tip. And seeing where he comes from, the part of the world he comes from, and if you know your history, you know some things over there in Australia. And George Kambosos is really a Greek, and you really know how things go with them if you really know your history and you go back and do some digging. You will see how ruthless those people were. You know, killing off the I can't even speak tonight. The native people that belong there. Genocide to the point. They was really doing some crazy stuff out there. So with that being said, George Kambosos' true colors are kind of like starting to show through, and Devin seems to be taking it quite well. At least he's not letting it show in public where he's not showing a kink in his arm or where people can try to dig at him and say, oh, look how he's breaking down. Because I heard George Kambosos' daddy speaking on the fact, talking about, yeah, you know, that's George being George. He's getting under his skin, picking at his brain, stuff like that. And, you know, right now, from what I've been seeing and the way Devin's been getting treated, because I've seen a lot of the crowd, I haven't heard them saying, as far as when the cameras has been on, from what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing him be mistreated by the crowd. I'm actually seeing him and hearing them give him love. But other than that, Kambosos is really the one that's trying to dig at him, and Devin's handling it pretty good to me. I think he's showing that he's ready. Say what would happen if Devin beat Kambosos twice and drops the belts and fights Tank? Maybe get sued. No, they can't sue him for dropping the belts. You can't be forced to be a champion because you know, being a champion, you pay sanctions. You know, you pay fees for those guys. They probably would set it up where you couldn't be champion again, but for the most part, you know. Oh, you talking about if he fights Tank instead of fighting Lomachenko? I don't think they would do it because you know if he dropped the belts, he just dropped the belts. I don't know, but I don't see him doing anything like that. I think that youngster is not built like that. I think if he's going for those belts, it's a thing because I'm gonna be honest. What I think we're going to start seeing here is undisputed champions defending their belts. I believe we finna start seeing that. I don't know which one of these boys is cut like that first, but Josh Taylor started it off. I'll give Josh Taylor that. Y'all gotta forgive me. I dropped something. Oh, here it is. Josh Taylor started it off, but I got a feeling that we might get blessed to start seeing these guys defend these belts. And that would be like, man, to me, that would be so freaking great. I wouldn't know what to do. Can you imagine seeing the undisputed champion? That'd be like taking us back to the old days again, where Ali and those guys, when they were undisputed, defending those belts on more than one occasion. That would be that's history breaking right there, man. That would be so fantastic. Oh, what's up, Hyphy? I missed you coming in through the door. But what's going on, Tough Black Bias Boxing? If you don't get out of here with that nonsense, I don't talk black bias anything. I try to be as non-biased as possible, and I give the most straightforward answer that I can to any question that's asked if my mind breaks it down and helps me to understand every facet of it. But being biased, no, that's not me. I'm going to keep it real. But what's good with you? Glad you stopped through. Hit that thumbs up for me, and let me get back to what I was saying. No, I don't see him dropping the belts to do that, Gil. I think he built different. But with you bringing that up, it makes me think that I got a feeling, and you know, I could be wrong, but I got a feeling we might start seeing some of these guys want to defend these belts because you know it's a bragging thing to me on that too. It's like shoot, not only am I undisputed, but I'm undisputed and I'm taking on challenges and I'm keeping it undisputed. That's the thing I'm waiting to see. And we might can see it with these smaller guys because they all don't seem to be needing to blow up that much in weight or lose that much to stay where they need to be. So we could see it morph between the 140 and 135 pounders. I'll throw the 130 in there. But the guys at 147, it looks like when they I don't see one of the small enough guys because Earl is a big welterweight. I don't know. Crawford could possibly stay at 147. Yeah, Boots is a big welterweight. You know, those guys look like they at some point because Earl is 30, 30 what, 30 maybe? 30. Crawford's a little older. I don't think Crawford's will get a lot bigger, so he might be the one that could hover at 147 if he became undisputed and defend the titles a few times. I think it could be taxing on him though, but I believe we're going to see somebody start trying to defend those belts. But you know that's also wishful thinking for me. What do you guys think about that? Would you like to see one of these guys get undisputed and defend the belt on more than one occasion? Or are you good with all the undisputeds maybe getting the belt, maybe defend once and leave? I would like to see him defend it more than once. Or just getting it and leave. I hate that. That sucks. You see, Gil Cole says, Tank would be a bigger money fight after defending his belts in the rematch against Kambosos. This is true, but it's almost like he's being forced to defend the belts, even though I can see why Kambosos should get a shot to get the belts back because he does have 3. And I just thought it always a fair shake that if a champion loses his belt, he should be the first person to get a bite at that apple again if he so chooses. But on the same tactic, I believe Devin should have had that same right. That if he lost, that he should have a rematch if he choose. And from what I'm understanding, from Devin's camp, listening to his dad and listening to Devin, he doesn't have that option. So that's one thing where Kambosos is talking about the playing field is even. I'm not seeing. Other than that, I just hope Devin go out there and do his thing. Once again, Devin is to me a better boxer than Kambosos. And the only reason people really jumped on, I know the only reason I started, I'm not going to say for other people, but the reason I started riding with Kambosos, one, I did pick him to beat Teofimo Lopez, but I kind of picked a little more with feeling too. I seen that Kambosos was a decent fighter. I don't consider him top of the line, but I figured him enough to beat beat Teofimo Lopez. But I only rode with him because I was tired of Teofimo Lopez running around acting like he had did everything he needed to do to be undisputed. And not only that, just disrespecting the other champs. The crew, it almost had started breaking up into little factions. Hyphy, this is going to be right down your alley. Ryan, Rolly, and Teofimo were all cool. And Tank and Devin and Shakur Stevenson, they all kind of came out of the same gyms, and they were pretty decent and pretty cool. But they was having they beefs amongst each other. But Ryan, Tio, and Rolly were all cool. They used to be on Instagram or however you say it, whatever that thing is, where they be talking to each other and letting all the people see it, talking crazy about Tank, talking crazy about Devin. They didn't talk too fly about Shakur Stevenson because he'd jump on there with him and call him out. I have seen him do that a few times. They don't really say too much about Stevenson. But Tank and Devin, they always talking about them. And to me, they call their names, or it's like throwing rocks from behind a tree and then running up on the porch where your mama and them is. so you don't get your ass whooped. That's what T.O. and Ryan seem like. Rolly is the one that they try to bag it up and went out there and got knocked on his ass. But he get to at least tell the other two, at least I fought him. At least I got in the ring with Tank. T.O., you went a whole nother direction. You dodged Devin to fight Kambosos, which you thought you could beat Kambosos. I'm gonna just keep it real and say, like most people would say, you cherry picked this dude, and you lost to him. And now Kambosos tried to pull the same move. I could fight Lomachenko. Why would you fight Lomachenko? You're not finna get a belt out of that. You're not finna be undisputed. The only way you can be undisputed is beat Devin. But what it is, you guys are hoping that Devin lose to somebody, and this is saying a lot. You dodging this one champion to fight anybody. You called out the so-called Matrix that the other boxing world just feel like he's so great. You called this dude out. But, I'm going to let that simmer on people's brain. Let me jump in this chat real quick and see what's going on. Earl is 31 or 32, I believe. Crawford is going on 35. He is big fish hunting. He is big fish. Wait, this D-Lo I'm talking to. Okay, that's why I knew it was something wrong. It was the words weren't feeling right coming out of my mouth. He is big fish hunting. I doubt he would stay at 47 much longer if he becomes undisputed here. Going down, so I can see if I can tie all this together. I think Jermell Charlo will have several more fights, several more defenses. Hopefully the sanctioning bodies don't get in the way. I think the 135 champ will stay there and defend a few times too. Okay, so we're agreeing on there. I didn't even think about going up to the 154 pounds where Charlo is, D-Lo. That's good looking on that. So yeah, I can see Charlo defending a few times. Man, good name drop on that one when it comes down to that. So yeah, if hopefully he's thinking like that. And if not, maybe somebody might be thinking like that around him and get in his ear and be like, dude, you undisputed at 154. You already in that class. You number 7, I believe. You're already in that class. But for you to defend it a few times, that would be something like hellified. Forget defending just one belt a lot. You defending all the belts a lot. Yeah, I could see Charlo doing that. Now, as far as the weight going with Crawford and Spence, that's why I had spoke on their ages. I didn't know Crawford was that much older than Spence, but 35 is a lot sooner for your body to start picking up, unless Crawford has a metabolism like myself. I have a very fast metabolism. I got all the way up to like 48 before I really started gaining weight. So Crawford, he might, and he works out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe the nutritionists could put some things on him to help puff him up. But I would have thought that if anybody would stay at 147 longer, it would be Crawford than Spence or Boots. And let's take Boots out. I'll just leave it on Spence and Crawford. I would think that Crawford would stay there because it looks like to me his weight is pretty much his frame is pretty much getting as big as it needs to get. Him getting a lot bigger than what he is, seeing that he came from a low weight class like 130. At some point he's gonna start losing some of that athleticism, some of that speed. I think 147 would be optimal for him if he was able to grasp all of the belts, and that's a big if. So seeing that Spence already spoke on leaving, I believe that if he gets it, if he becomes undisputed, I don't think we might see him defend at it unless it's like some real. They might put Keith. That might be the chance that the PBC will say, look, let's put Keith Thurman as Earl Spence's farewell fight. at 147 if Thurman if Earl Spence becomes the undisputed, in which case I believe he's going to become the undisputed. And you guys forgive me for going on it for that long, but what's up, big bro? Real recognized, real in the house. That's my little bro. And then I believe I saw Ernest Davis, Maestro, step up in here. Did I misread? But either way, what's up to everybody? I'm glad y'all stopped in. Hit that like button for me. And you know what? It's time for me to go ahead and see if I can't pull up a quick song or one. We're going to go ahead and drop this thing called Bipolar Discussion, and then I'm going to come back so we can discuss some more. So let me know if y'all can hear this.
Yo, bro, hold up, bro. Let me talk. Hold on, calm down, man. Calm down, man. Chill. I'm not trying to deal with that bullshit. Take a deep breath and listen to me. It's not worth it. The value that you see in this violence is really worthless. Don't worry about the clown because he belongs in the circus. His purpose is the very definition of what jerk is. You got me nervous, all jumpy and shit. Walking around mean face, all grumpy and shit. Fist clutch, teeth grit, all huffy and shit. Matter of fact, let me look around. We lucky he did. Fuck that. Where that nigga at? He just gave me a reason to let him know I'm a shooter. And it's hunting season. He happy now breathing, thinking this life was easy. Make him an asthmatic, hit him with two, leave him wheezing. Put that shit away, bruh. I'm not trying to catch a case. We need to have communication. Let's talk face to face. Besides, if you let it off, there's witnesses in place. That's how rumors get around. Community disgrace. Don't act within their haste and snatch a nigga's lifeline. Not trying to be displaced in jail for a lifetime. And based off my race is considered a black on black crime. But everything I say is a waste when you're not in the right mind. This ain't the time to appeal. I wanna hear this nigga squeal. Shoot this nigga in a cab. Turn his ass in the bill. You can call it fast food, but to me it's a quick meal. You talking noise, I got the peace. See movement, me still. Shit, wifey was right. You need anger management. You need to find alternative ways that you can manage it. Imagine this, if we talk calmly, there'll be no damages. Handle this like two grown men that smoke some cannabis. Inhale, exhale, then maybe we can vibe on this. Treat it as a one-time deal and let them slide on this. Nigga, shut the fuck up. Now with that kumbaya shit, so you can kill it, bro. He asking for the heat, and I'ma let him feel it, though. Put him 6 feet deep when he walks in that door. Oh shit, can that motherfucker go?
So that's bipolar discussion. That's by our brother Obese spitting it like he spit it. So let's go ahead and say D-Lo brings up the point that Charlo versus Tszyu has been ordered by the WBO. Hopefully it's next. Yeah, if the sanctioning bodies, this is going back on where you were saying hopefully the sanctioning bodies don't be getting in the way of letting undisputed champions defend their belts. If they can all agree, or maybe you would have thought that they came up with a plan that if somebody was undisputed, that they could come up with a plan that says, look, we'll let him fight your number one contender or the next person in line to attempt to try to unlevy him off of one of the belts or off of all of the belts, seeing that he'll be undisputed. They should be able to come up with something for that, because it would be a great thing for the sport to be, man, do you know what that can do for somebody's name to say, I'm undisputed, I've been undisputed for 3 title defenses, for 4 title defenses. I'm going to say 4 because you have to say the competition of what's going to be thrown at the undisputed champion has got to be nothing but the best of each sanctioning body has to offer. That would be the best person from the WBA, the best person from the WBO, the best challenger from the IBF, and the best challenger from the WBC. Those should be all hellified fights. And you would think that these people would be trying to fight for that, because in my opinion, those fights would sell and make money, because that's a hell of a bragging point. Imagine Tank ending up with all the belts. I'm just saying, for speculation reasons, speculatory reasons. Let's just speculate that Tank wins all the belts off of Devin. Devin beats Kambosos twice, so that would be Devin becoming undisputed and being defending undisputed. Say he comes and Loma shows up, or Loma doesn't show up, and they say you have to fight T.O. And Devin washes T.O. Now that's two undisputeds defenses that Devin has, and now you bring Tank into the mix, saying that Devin and Tank are about to fight for undisputed. So many people already love and follow Tank. That alone would make that an explosive fight, because they'd be like, this dude here is undisputed. He beat the last champion that had all the belts, and Tank going after that. Come on, man. And to me, that would work in any other weight classes where the champion really stands a chance of staying there. D'Lo, you throwing that Charlo up there, man. That's it's some good fights there. He got that Fundora kid to deal with. You threw Tazoo in there. Is it kind of being one of those dudes, or is he in 147? But he's up there. It's quite a few of those 154-pound fights that'd be just off the hook. And for it to be undisputed, and to me, I'm not going to even lie to you. If I was to have to really root for an undisputed that would really have me excited, it would be the Charlo kid. I'm sorry, cause that's my old age making me say Charlo kid. It would be the Charlo younger twin, Jamel. Jamel just strikes me as, dude, I'm undisputed, and now you got to come get that. His attitude, his aura, the way he acts, makes me feel that he would be a dude that I could sit back and be like, man, who's next? Who's on the list? Because he got some good fights that he would have to go through. I just want to see these undisputed champions hold these belts for a minute, not just get them and drop them. And I'm going to the next weight class, because you can actually say, I can understand back in the day where you say, oh, I'm going up because there's nothing else here for me to deal with. But 154 and 135, and they have people to deal with. It's some hellified good fighters in those divisions, man. Some hellified good fighters in those divisions. Earl, I expect after he beats Crawford and becomes undisputed that he'll probably move up. But in the narrow chance, and I'm saying the narrow chance, but I am saying the chance that Crawford wins, I could see, and after I get over being a little upset that Earl might have lost, maybe, that I can see me sitting there rooting for Crawford to defend that belt on more than one occasion. I'm gonna just keep it real. I can see myself doing that, because that's how bad I want to see these guys defend these belts more than once. And speaking on when I said, who did I say? I said if Earl was to stay, I was throwing a Thurman fight in there. But Gil Cole said Booth's about to have Thurman problems. I don't know. We'll see. Have you heard anything? Are they going to still have that fight, or we just wishful thinking right now? Because I haven't heard anything from it yet. But you let me know. Real recognize real. Say y'all stay lit out there. Peace to y'all, man. Y'all stay real. Y'all stay some real players. D'Lo is letting me know that Spence turned 32 in March. Crawford is 34, but turns 35 in September. September what? You trying to tell me Crawford a Virgo? Oh man. Or is he what, a Libra? Depends on when he was born in September. You let me know September what, D'Lo, so I know how I might have to change some of the way I feel about Crawford. Seeing that he might be a Virgo. If he might be a Virgo, I might open up the door a little bit wider on how I hang out with him and ride. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? You know how it is. I think we may get. Wait, that jumped on me. I think this is from D'Lo. I think we may get a 2-fight deal with Spence and Crawford. I also believe the fight is pretty much agreed to because things have gone pretty quiet. I was thinking the same thing about that the other day. I was like, dude, they haven't really been saying it too much about each other. Actually, we haven't really heard either side saying anything at all. And usually, that's when things start to really popping off. That's when announcements start getting made. Now, a 2-fight deal with Crawford and Spence, I can see that too because I can see a rematch clause for both of them. You know, they both have the right, just like I was saying with Devin and Kambosos. You know, you're both champions. If you lose the belt, if you so choose to take that challenge on again, you should be the first one to get to take a bite of that apple and get a chance to get your stuff back. So, with that being said, yeah, I can see it, and I believe that the fight is going to be good enough where I'll be like, man, yeah, I don't mind seeing it twice. I don't mind seeing it twice. Digo gave us some say. They were supposed to have reached such an agreement, but the WBA reneged on Josh Taylor and ordered a mandatory fight at the same time as another SB, the Strip Taylor. Oh, so that's how he lost one of his Oh yeah, that's right. He did lose one of his belts because of that. But yeah, I don't know. Did they renege or did they feel like? And I might get my head chewed off a little bit. That Josh Taylor shouldn't be undisputed anymore because so many people in agreement felt like that Josh Taylor didn't win his fight. They felt like it was gifted to him. I believe we had a conversation about him having the belts in an ugly fashion and agreeing that he really lost. I think I agreed that he had really lost, but it was ugly fight. So maybe they looked at it like that. You know, I don't know. But at the same time, yeah, Josh Taylor could be. He did defend one, and you know they kind of did mess it up. So I'm gonna keep it real. They did mess it up by taking the belt from him. They should have just put him in the ring with somebody else and let him step up and see what's gonna happen tonight because he doesn't seem to be in a hurry to go to 147. He's another person that might just be at the right weight class, which I could see. I could see Devin T.O. Going up to 140 and being there comfortable for a minute. Devin might go to 147 at some point, but he doesn't seem like that big of a fighter, you know. So when it comes down to that, we'll have to see. The ones that I think still have move up room pretty much out of the deal is Earl and Boots. I can see them moving up comfortably. But that 160 that they're talking about, I don't see Earl being a 160-pound walk-around weight dude. I don't see that in him. I could see him walking around his fighting weight being closer to 154. I could see that. You know, I can really see that. But 160, I don't really see that on him. Just like I don't really see too much more weight for Jermell Charlo. You know, even though his brother filled out pretty good, it just seemed like his brother, you know, when you have twins, I don't know how most of you guys, most of the ones I met, you can fairly tell the difference of them as far as weight go. You can always see that one of them is a little heavier than the other. And that's when they're not athletes. So these two dudes being like machine athletes, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm just guessing. My little brother giving me MZ Talk Boxing #1 podcast where you tripping, bro. But I appreciate it. You know what? I got another song because I told y'all we was going to be doing this listening thing, and I'm going to go ahead and start lining them out. We got We Stuntin'. That's right. It's called We Stuntin'. Y'all let me know what you think.
One, two, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, we really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
I hear they out there looking for me. Tell me where they at. out here for a second, man. I guess that was cap. Got myself a bag of fly, about to make a cake. Niggas talking about the jury, man. I'm on that real estate. They don't pop their pussy for niggas that they don't know. I'm all into the spots, pussy popping for show. Now niggas getting upset and I can see it in their face. I'm in my chill mode, don't make me have to catch a case. 1, 2, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, really want more. 5, 6, nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
They tell me I'm belligerent when I'm inebriated. I tell them that I'm calm, but they always want to debate it. I get hella faded and niggas act like they hate it.
Up and pass, nigga.
Bitching about how they waited. I got my drink and smoke, I'm laid back, feeling elated. Looking in the sky where my pupils are dilated. Check my lotto numbers from earlier, cause I played it. Then I hear my song on the station.
They got me good, we made it.
1, 2, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait. We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
I'm from the dirty south, yeah, we getting money too. Don't give a fuck about what these other motherfuckers do. I'm from a city that is wild as the fucking zoo. Houston, Texas, we ghetto boys and we bang too. Shout out to the south side and peace to the north too. Southwest, we in this bitch. Ain't what it do, I take off like a Houston Rocket. Got pros, not partners, all my little cousins. So choppers, I'm such a rock star. These hoes love me, instantly we start vibing. They see me being a full-time player, you just part-timing. I'm lit like a big more heat than a furnace. Light 'em up with the quickness like my big brother Ernest. Doing my thing, hit my Dougie on these niggas. Bubba Sparks, hell yeah, it's getting ugly for these niggas. I'm so Texas player parlaying on another level. Success is my best friend. I've been through setbacks and failures. And tell your nose ass friends they can get into. I'm on my grind called state of the art fool. Yeah, snap back on backwards on tilt. My nigga, I'm so cool. Flawless victory. Oh, tell them what they do.
1, 2, we got that heat for you. 3, 4, really want more. 5, 6, dropping nothing but hits. 7, 8, wait.
We gon' do it. 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 We gon' do it.
Man. Back to what we was talking about. So nobody's getting back at me on the Kambosos Devin situation. I guess y'all all right with how old Kambosos is walking around with his chest poked out. Now I did see Debo say Kambosos is a joke. But what I'm trying to push at is, I give this fight, if anybody have to say it's I'm gonna say a 60-40. I'm gonna give it a 60-40. I believe Devin is better than Kambosos in every aspect of the game. I believe that, like I've been saying, that this is Devin's come out fight. This is Devin's chance to show that he is built tough. He's ready to go, and I believe he's about to show that. I want to see him not just whoop Kambosos, but whoop him twice. Or whoop him so bad the first time that Kambosos decides that he don't want to fight him again. That would be like Christmas next month. This weekend coming up. That would be like a Christmas present if Devin can whoop this dude and make him not want to have a rematch. If he can pull that off, then he'll be did something fantastic. Simple as that. It was something else I wanted to touch y'all about. Oh, so Devin is being called a rat. And what's the other word? He said a snitch. A rat and a snitch, Kambosos was speaking. And I want to touch on this too, because I got a chance to hear Bill Haney speak on it. and I've listened to Kambosos' early accusations, and I've also listened to Devin in some videos deal with the accusations. And Kambosos saying that Devin went against his own countrymen, and how he would put it all on the line for his country, and he would never trade in on his country, and all this kind of stuff. And just so y'all know, seeing that he's claiming two countries, I haven't really, they haven't said anything about the tickets going off the rack over there in Australia at some hell-breaking price rate. But I'm gonna leave that part alone and get back to the part I'm saying. Him being calling Devin a snitch and saying he was going behind his countryman's back. Well, Kambosos did train Pacquiao to fight Jeff Horn. And Jeff Horn, if I can remember correctly, is in Australia. So this man here is just, like I said before, all over the place. But now I done got my boxing out the way. You know what? I'm finna go ahead and get this promise out the way, like I said. Here we going real fast. Now, Little Bro dropped a verse on here, freshman, just like the last song. I'm gonna go ahead and sit back and just let the music do its thing.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. I ride dirty bubble whipped cream. Leather seats covered whipped cream. Iced out when I bring the heat. If it's fall asleep, that's a trip dream. I change gears like a drip king. I'm Paul Walker on that clip scene. Dangerous, but can't nobody hang with us. Push lips out of shifting. I'm so cold on the road, bruh. My wick flare like a solar. You blinded temporarily when I pulled off in an Nova. With a big block, 350, 300 horsepower, now she get me. Peanut butter paint, color jiffies. It's lady red stripe like a Griffey. That's a home run or a grand slam. Niggas challenge me with the dash cam. Get mad when I take all the cash fam. I'm an Aries, all I do is dodge ram. When it comes to money, I don't play. I get a call that interrupts me. MC on the line.
What's your ETA?
Shit, let me get off the GTA. Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast.
Race the X with the Mark 5. Speed racer couldn't keep it live. Hit the button just to start the engine. Blaze the blunt and watch me ride. Drop the top, roof the sky. Watching as the start roll by. Ain't been changing colors from the moment we started to ride. The way that they be talking, you would think that they owe me. The way them haters move when they out there hating on them. The drunk wave at them, we are no longer homie. Hang in the air, let them know you don't care. I hit the gas, turn the block, hit the switches, let it drop, hit the volume, let it knock. That's the way I do it. Hit the horn, she come out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Call a car, watch the way she leave my inside so down.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast.
Acceleration, watch the wheels turn. Rubber gon' burn, competition gon' learn. Once I see you in the review, I am not concerned. Coming down the block fast, make your eyesight blur. RPMs aggravating, engine revving up excessively. Bustin' donut, smoke flying, tires scream like a van. Speakers pumping MZ, hit man, I'm jamming. Just lit up the weed now, passing by Carrington's gunmetal paint job, window jet black. How you gon' race? What you can't catch? Me versus you. Everybody place your bet. Once the light turn green, I'm taking off like a jet.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming down the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
That's real fast. Gil Cole say we stunting. That's right. We are stunting. Actually, that's one of the songs that I played earlier. So yeah, y'all just keep it coming. Let me know what we got going. What's fire? I'm keeping my word by dropping these songs so they can be heard. So you guys have already told y'all where they plan on being popped up at on iTunes, Apple Music, I believe. Once I go through TuneCore and get everything set, I'm going to go ahead and hit you with all day because that's what we do all day. Hit you with something. Keith Thurman leading us with the flute.
We go harder than concrete. Me and my bodies get smoked out. Ice chest full of beers. Cheers, this the dirty south. Fuck being down and out. We in this bitch trying to stay alive. Peace to you, my nigga. I see you trying to get your money. Peace set for life. And I fuss with it. You better show your fam straight. You don't break a baby. Standing up on all 10. Every day it's on again. Same day, same shit. All across the bitch, no matter where you live. Hold it down. Shout out across the southwest side. Make your time straight all day. All day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day, all day, making sure that the fam straight. All day, all day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day, all day,
making sure my family's straight. Doing what I do, keep doing all my beats, making sure my family eats, saying little prayers. I'm glad I got to know ya. I'll be here till the end. I'm the only master ride.
Making sure that the fam straight all day, all day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day, all day, making sure that the fam straight. All day, all day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day, all day.
I pray for my kinfolk and I don't sleep. They can't eat and they can't eat and I don't sleep. Till I make a way for my kinfolk. Guard dog up all night, making sure everybody sleep tight. Checking the perimeter with that thing on me, making sure that it's alright. I never leave my post alone, even if it means posting alone. I ain't talking about call, I'm talking about literally leaving my post alone. Some people live under the pressure. Oh no, not see. I'm gonna make sure that my family always equal up to me.
Making sure that the fam straight all day, all day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day, all day, making sure that the fam straight. All day, all day, all day, get your money and it can't wait. All day, all day, all day, where it's real and it's no face. All day, real name, real shit. All day, trying to stay out the way. All day, all day,
I got that retired money, so the fam is good. Bought a home out in the country, moved us out of the hood. When circumstances were bad, we converted to good. Every time they said I couldn't, I showed them I could. These haters plotting my downfall, I'm wishing you would. I'm 10 steps ahead of you, you back where I stood. Nigga, you should understand this boy don't play. Regardless of what you say, we bring that heat all day. Let go.
We're going to keep it moving. We're going to keep it moving. That was all day, all day, all day. But let's go ahead and roll something called, oh no, I done hit the wrong button. I'm tripping. I done pulled a old big brother on me. I ain't going to even tease with him like that tonight. So, what the heck did I press? Oh, there we go. Let's get it. Y'all forgive me for a second. I done got lost in the shuffle. So we're going to follow that all day up. We're going to follow that up with I Keep Moving. And we're going to keep it rolling just like that.
I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. I don't need no take a phone when there's empty to see. I keep moving, always keep these people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. I don't worry about no problems, there's no problem worry me. tint up on my windows, let them really see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize.
Told you we gonna keep jamming tonight.
Never know who's truly on your side.
I'm a mission for the dead white boys. You know the dead ones get stacked up. When you walk into a strip club, tossing up white folks act up. Niggas look strange, I look strange back. You got a problem, you don't really want that. That alcohol got you thinking, you clocked in, don't make me just prove that. And I'm trying to let you make it, my nigga, just let it be. But that devil off up in you, so you gon' come fuck with me. Now I can make it home and you might not let there be new scripture. If you cross the line, I can guarantee that I'll let that be hit you.
Worry about the problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no
That's all right, Gil.
windows, let them
Even if you 10 minutes behind,
moving.
you're still jamming with us, baby.
Side, I keep moving.
We about to ride the night out.
Worry about the problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tint up on my windows, let them really see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, never know who's truly on your side.
I keep on moving like soul to soul. Penetrate your mind, let your conscience flow. Like water from the aquifer. Look you in the ocular and see the infinity. For the Hennessy, take a sip. Load this lyrical clip full of hollow tip. Got the mic with a firm grip when I spit. Got brothers talking little shit.
Niggas killing me with the smallest shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
But I'ma need you to step your game up. Cause if not, you a trunk that's a lame up. I'ma call you super dead cause your game's up. Hack shit if you can nigga name truck. What?
Worry about the problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows, let them really see. I keep moving, always keeping people in your sight. I keep moving, you never know who's wrong or who's right. Worry about the problems, there's no problem worrying me. I don't need no tears up on my windows, let them really see. I keep moving, always keep your eyes on the prize. I keep moving, you never know who's truly on your side.
Niggas killing me with the smallest shit that you hear. Inability to speak with clarity, it's so unclear.
I said niggas be talking crazy, hold up, don't make them wait. I don't chase after hoes, I really make change, okay, let's get that straight. Back to the grill, when the niggas got beef, yes man, gon' bring your stage. By the time you realize we got a problem, then it's too late. This one is called Here I Come, Let's Get It.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming down the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
I had to hit the brakes real quick. Gil Cole just hit me with a question. He said, "Oh, gee, did you hear about the pregnant lady in Kansas?" No, what about the pregnant lady? Oh, wait, you mean the one that got shot by the police? Yes, I did hear about that, but I wasn't able to get a lot of information on it. Do you have any more information on it? Did she die? What happened to the baby? How did they shoot an unarmed pregnant woman in the first place? Yeah, Gil, you brought that one up on me. I'm sorry, I had to hit some breaks on that song because that's an important question. If you got any information on that, Gil, please let me know what's going on with it, or where I can go and check out more about it. Because when I heard about it, I was driving home from work this morning, and so when I got home, I was kind of tired. So after working all night, you get to the crib, you fall asleep, and it didn't come back on my mind until just now, and I probably would have ended up missing it. So if you got anything substantial about it for me, because I'm behind on the current affairs right now. I haven't been able to do my digging into certain things and stuff like that. So yeah, let me know what's going on with that, please. Let me know what's going on with that. Now right back at y'all with real fast. My bad. Let's start it over. Take it from the top.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming down the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. I ride dirty but whip clean. Leather seats come whipped cream. Iced out when I bring the heat.
What? Wait a minute. So Gil Cole said, I'm sorry, y'all know how it is. When something come up, I had to put a pause on the music. The current affair like this is more important than the music, but I am going to get it out there to you. She ran from the car, which was reported stolen, and they shot her. They told her to get on the ground, and she said she couldn't. Then she ran. Well, getting on the ground and running aren't the same. And I know you're not putting it on like that. You're just giving me what happened. But yeah, that's crazy. So they shot a woman for being in a reportedly stolen car. You didn't mention anything about them brandishing any weapons or anything like her brandishing any weapon or anything like that. You know, they just shot this lady for being in a reported stolen car, because you have to confirm that it's stolen once you stop it and do all the checks and balances. So I'm pretty sure that they hadn't even run through all those checks yet. If you're saying that, did they shoot her first before she ran, or did she get shot because she ran? The way you typed that up for me kind of threw me off a little bit. Reported stolen, and they shot her. They told her to get on the ground. She ran. She couldn't. So I'm taking it they shot her while she was running, which is crazy, because if you're running from somebody, that you're not posing a threat. And I'm pretty. How far along was she? I need all that stuff is going to play into a contrast for me, because one of my daughters is pregnant right now, and I couldn't imagine something like that happening to my child. I would be destroyed. Shot her because she ran. Boy, that's that. Oh my gosh, that's pitiful, man. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. That's crazy as all outdoors, D-Lo 404 boxing. You right, bro. That's insane. To shoot a pregnant lady because she ran. The next thing you know, we'll be hearing it today. It was a mistaken taser. I'm shocked we haven't heard that yet. You took the life of a human being because she ran. And you notice I'm not speaking on the pregnancy part, because she could have been just newly pregnant, and not showing. But I'm still like, dude, you shot a person because they're running from you, which means you shot her in the back. And if it was some men police, even women, you mean to tell me you couldn't catch her? But she ran. She left the so-called stolen car. You didn't even have to put in pursuit like that. The helicopters could have kept an eye on her. Y'all quick to call a helicopter, but this is Kansas. Ain't no telling. They might try to tell. My mind is just thrown off crazy right now. You killed a pregnant woman that was in a supposedly stolen car because she ran. Because she wouldn't get on the ground. So she ran. That is sad. But that's America. That is the place that we live in, man. Thank God. She's still in stable. She's in stable condition. They also handcuffed her after they shot her. That's Gil, in my 51 years, and I'll subtract 5, so I'll say in my 45 years of strong memory of things happening like that, anytime they shoot a victim, a suspect, when they're in the hospital, they usually have them handcuffed. It's rare in my lifetime of hearing about them getting shot, still being alive, not being handcuffed. They always handcuff them, and which is inhumane in my opinion. You just shot a person up, and then you got to handcuff them. It's not like you can sneak out the window at a hospital. I don't know what hospitals you guys ever been in, but every hospital I've ever been in that I can remember, it's not like you can go over to the window and just open up a window and crawl out of it. And the police could post somebody, because you got somebody posted there even though they handcuffed. You stand at their door. You don't have to handcuff them. What they going to do? Beat you down in their weakened state of being shot 5 times and escape. Yeah, so that handcuff is a little excessive. And that I've always thought that why would you handcuff a person that you just messed up this bad? But that's the treatment of civilians when it comes to the police in this here United States. And you notice how I didn't put a color to it, because when it don't even matter to me what color the person is. It's the fact that you shot a pregnant woman that was running because she wouldn't get on the ground 5 times, and then handcuffed her to a bed. Boy, life is cold. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and get to this song real fast one more time. And feel free, if you got something that you need me to speak on, you like to hear me speak on, put it in the chat anyway. So we're going to go ahead and roll these songs one more time.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast.
I ride dirty but my whip clean. Leather seats cover whipped cream. Iced out when I bring the heat. If it's fall asleep, that's a trip dream. I change gears like a drip king. I'm Paul Walker on that clip scene. Dangerous, but can't nobody hang with us. Push lips out of shifting. I'm so cold on the road, bruh. My Ric Flair like a solar. You blinded temporarily when I pull off in an Nova. With a big block, 350, 300 horsepower, now she get me. Peanut butter paint, color Jiffy. Cincinnati red stripe like a Griffey. That's a home run or a grand slam. Niggas challenge me with the dash cam. Get mad when I take all the cash, fam. I'm an Aries, all I do is dodge ram. When it comes to money, I don't play. I get a call that interrupts me. MC on the line.
What's your ETA?
Shit, let me get off the GTA.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast.
Race the X with the Mark 5. Speed racer couldn't keep it live. Hit the button just to start the engine. Blaze the blunt and watch me ride. Drop the top, roof the sky. Watching as the start roll by. Ain't been changing colors from the moment we started to ride. The way that they be talking, you would think that they own me. That's the way them haters move. When they out there, they know that the runway better. We are no longer homie. Hang in the air, let them know you don't care. I hit the gas, turn the block, hit the switches, let it drop, hit the volume, let it knock. That's the way I do it. Hit the horn, she come out. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Call a car, watch the way she leave my inside so down.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast. Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming round the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come. Real fast.
Acceleration, watch the wheels turn. Rubber gon' burn, competition gon' learn. Once I see you in the review, I am not concerned. Coming down the block fast, make your eyesight blur. RPMs aggravating, engine revving up excessively. Bustin' on the smoke flying, tires seem like a vantage. Speakers pumping MZ, hit man, I'm jamming. Just lit up the weed, now I'm passing by Carrington's gunmetal paint job, window jet black. How you gon' race? What you can't catch? Me versus you. Everybody place your bet. Once the light turn green, I'm taking off like a jet.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
Coming down the block real fast.
Here I come, here I come, here I come.
That was real fast. Coming from me and my brothers. Y'all know how we do it. We're going to keep things going. Gil Coles, you did not throw off the energy of the show. By you knowing me, I appreciate you coming on with that information because I did miss it. Like I said, I heard about it on my way home from work, but by me being sleepy, I fell asleep. And when I woke up, it wasn't on my mind. So I appreciate you bringing it back to my attention so I can dig into it. And yeah, I'll know a lot more about it come this time tomorrow. So greatly appreciate that, man. We're going to keep on doing what we're doing. So I done hit y'all with a few songs off the list. And this next one, I'm sure, is some of the favorites. It's called Yo Cypher, track made by my big brother, Maestro. This is me and the boys going at it. Me and my brothers. Love it. Here we go. Oh, no, man. Let me hit the right button. Yo Cypher. All right.
Yo.
We're going to keep it cooking.
Yo,
We're going to start this off with Old
yo.
Beast in the front of the lead. And we're going to go ahead and roll it down like that. Here we go.
Yo. When it comes to my lyrical thesis, don't be facetious. Calculate what you're going to say, aka speeches. You can play this message for everyone that it reaches. I snatch the pits from their cores, leaving you with spineless speeches. I drop landmines like storming no many beaches. Wait while you recover, attack you while at your weakest. You a hypocrite like a sinner who always preaches. Talking about the Lord, but you really don't know who he is. We is judge and jury, fuck what your plea is. Stand trial, but see for a planet right where your feet is. Click the button, kaboom, blow you to little pieces. Have the courtroom smelling like burnt flesh and pieces. Jesus, ordering court, judge calling recess. Trying to understand if you witness the shit that we just. Your people upset cause that shit was kind of egregious. I've been over the top ever since I was just a fetus. Yo.
I hear that they've been practicing to spit it automatic. Understand that you're practicing when you already got it. Who they claiming that they better at you writing than it's no. In 21 plus, we gon' finally let it go. Damn, Z. We done had some kind of technical difficulty that just jumped in here and snatched up the whole situation. You know how the lights flicker and it flickered and cut off my feed to the music. So y'all let me go ahead and fix this. Once again, here we go. Oh, Beast, kick it off for us one more time. They always understand this for the family. These niggas out here weak, ain't no way to take it.
Yo. When it comes to my lyrical thesis, don't be facetious. Calculate what you're going to say, aka speeches. You can play this message for everyone that it reaches. I snatch the pits from their cores, leaving you with spineless speeches. I drop landmines like storming no many beaches. Wait while you recover, attack you while at your weakest. You a hypocrite like a sinner who always preaches. Talking about the Lord, but you really don't know who he is. We is judge and jury, fuck what your plea is. Stand trial, but see for a planet right where your feet is. Click the button, kaboom, blow you to little pieces. Have the courtroom smelling like burnt flesh and pieces. Jesus, ordering court, judge calling recess. Trying to understand if you witness the shit that we just. Your people upset cause that shit was kind of egregious. I've been over the top ever since I was just a fetus. Yo.
I hear that they've been practicing to spit it automatic. Understand that you're practicing when you already got it. Who they claiming that they better at you writing than it's no. In 21 plus, we gon' finally let it go. Damn, Z, always understand this for the family. These niggas out here weak, ain't no way that they can stand me or plan me. Always recognize and never hesitate. You listen to the track, open your mouth and then detonate.
I am Michael Myers to every MC. I am Halloween. Texas Chainsaw in the cipher, leaving cerebellum and slings the predator. You ain't ready for what I'm ready for. It's whatever, bro. Rest in peace to my competitors. Live from the gas chamber, my mind's so fucking tangled. Take one of these fucking rappers, hang them high and watch them dangle. Cut the fucking rope, and if you twist and he get strangled. I control the MIC and you can't fuck with me. No, not likely. Do not give a fuck if you don't like me. This is strictly for my niggas like to PAC. I'm colder than the polar vortex, chilling in the AC. Mr. Freeze to my foes, that means you can't freeze what's already froze. I got some good gas, that strong, smoking by the whole zone. I'm so fucking high, I go sit on top of the ozone. These boys sounding whack as hell. Got the suits, rhyme form, I form Voltron, yeah, it's on jamming cycle skill. Hits from the bone, taking hits from the bone. Driving optimistic, crime jumping out, dumping shots out, megaphone. Next time you speak, like speak, oh, pussy bitch, use the clone. I hit the clone, line like category 10, cyclone, cause cataclysmic event, board up your home, pyroclastic flow, no warning shots, it's on. Kill shot straight to the dome, yeah, I'm on my Snoop Dogg, block, climb to the ball, stay back, way back, call the hazmat, chemical spill on the track, bust the gas and anthrax, yeah, we came to party, leave the whole team, ransack, track tight, run that,
Back, creeping on the low. It's that MYSTRO. That our cars don't wreck the damn show. Now all I gotta do is shut the fucking door. Chillin', reclining on the seat. I be coolin', they say I'm looking mean. I ain't trippin', I'm just trying to see the green. We having fun and we fulfilling all our dreams. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, 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 yo.
We call that one a cipher. Yo, yo, yo. Almond Brown 09. No, mama, you ain't missed nothing. We just going through some songs that we was having, that we had, that the fellas, the family here, had been picking. And we were going through, letting them know the process of what's coming up, the album that's getting ready to come out. I promised everybody that we would play the music for them and let them get a feel of what's going on. And that's what we're doing right now. This next one that I'm going to go ahead and hit you with, that was called The Cypher. Yo, you guys remember that one. I'm sure you all remember that when you guys voted on it, and that's how I made it onto the list. The next move I'm going to hit you guys with is, oh man, I wish I had this new song that Master Rod and Otis is working on, Obese is working on, called Ma Stella Rosa. The brothers is telling me it's a jamming song. I myself have not had a chance to hear it yet, but I am excited to get a chance to hear it, just as excited as you guys. So with that being said, I'm going to hit you with this kind of Caribbean-like beat. It's called Hitman. Let me know what you think. And we're going to keep things rolling. Here we go.
Pigpen out. Once again. Y'all know how we do. We hog it. Everything. Hey! I'm proud to be charged as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. I'm proud to be charged as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. Stack my paper. My paper. Wrapped it up right there. Never do it like that already, man. I'm still getting it. I've been doing this for I'm gonna have to keep it. Okay, man. This one it will go. I'm proud to be George as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be George as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. I'm proud to be George as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be George as a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. I don't miss on the herb, I don't miss on the flow. If you can't count on my fingers, I won't miss on the dough. A number with 7 zeros, I won't miss with a beam. A number with 7 zeros, I won't miss. Fuck a beam, ride is clean. I'm gonna take the jet and keep it slow. Ladies blocking, then I'ma take the time in that hole. The beat and call him that maestro and then on up the street. I play with them till they break through it and put me on the team. Come on, I'm proud to be George a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be George a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. I'm proud to be George a hitman. I'm blessed cause I never miss with hits, man. I'm proud to be George a hitman. I'm blessed cause I stack my paper. women, I'm frontin', but frontin' ain't something I gotta do. If your girl got freaky, then she riding off it. The blaze up in the big bat, swing with a big bat, no matter what they count next, bitch, I'm on here. Creep slow, music bang, I'm one choking in my lap, I don't even know her name. I'm sharing with my dog, I'm sharing with my hoe. If I got one crumb, I break bread without y'all. I'm proud in charge of it, man. I'm blessed, cause I never miss with it, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed, cause I back my paper. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed, cause I never miss with it, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed, cause I back my paper. While I was blowing up your brace for a sec, easy, roughed up, still got breath up the rest. If the sunrise smooth set, breath still in me. No way that I can fly, the Lord still with me. Shining like some gems in the crown of the king. Tripping up on the voice of the wind, it makes your ears ring. Easily slip up on you like the mix do. Have you choking like you hit the best buzz. Oh, I'm still alive with me. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed cause I never miss with it, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed cause I back my paper. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed cause I never miss with it, man. I'm proud to be charged as a hit man. I'm blessed cause I back my paper.
Fucking Jamaica, rolling, holding, folding this paper, splitting fingers, dissecting the game with players. Till the Lord take us, never let a broad break us. We blow through them when pursuing, we don't dodge haters. I ain't here to specify a certain caliber. It's all skill, it's all real, it all handle ya. From sandpiper to the weed farms in Canada. I end many men careers like cannabis. Stack my paper, easy as a layup. I used to bleed a bitch for hers and just lay up. I still bleed a bitch for hers and now my pay's up. So anytime I feel, I can tell her raise up. Till the day's up, chance will be blazing up. Case will be raising up, playing with my paper. Use a fake, bruh, borderline gay, huh? I bet the beam make the team see straight, huh?
That was Hitman, one of the songs off the album, Down the List. We're going to keep things rolling. This one we call Hydro Blow. Let me know what you think. It's got a little melodic feel to it. Let's hit it.
Shorty looking mad fly, had me captivated when she walked by. I'm serious, she had me feeling this tingle, son. Stimulating conversation after mingling. Honey was jingling, and stretched jeans looking clean. Appearance would enhance any scene. I mean, feel bad, really. I know it sounds silly, but looking at her was like puffing on a fat fillet. Relaxing, she had this natural attraction. She started laughing when she saw my reaction. Oh my, passed the name and number to the cell. Asked for mine, I said his oldest last name is Bell. Also known as the O, the B, the 3, the A, the S, the T. It's me, obese. If you get high, then I'm your guy.
And if I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. And if I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. And if I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go. And if I got the high, you got control. You can make this track go.
Met the sunny from the other day. Nice hair, nice skin from on the bay. She had the smooth skin and pretty eyes. And my kids open like Johnny singing lullabies. Not my mind, this is supposed to give me butterflies. She told me she was into me and not those other guys. Oh yeah? I felt the rush, made a brother blush. And in my mind I thought of ways that I can make her gush. You gotta leave me with some drinks and then we hit the grill. We home alone and on the bone trying to reach the ribs. Digging like a girlfriend on a stroke away. From the first she couldn't keep her face poker tight. I'm in my lane.
That's right. Watch through that damn pressure on the back, how you pull my hair. Oh, just got my hair lit. Oh my God, I'm about to blow.
And if I got the high, you got control. You can make this I got the high, you got the trouble. And if I got the high, you got the trouble. And if I got the high, you got the trouble.
I'm chilling in my room on this night. I got something tied up in the shower. Am I right? A friend in the negligee smiling and she rolling up. Every once in a while looking up, saying, girl, hurry up. She placed her gaze back upon me and took a deep sigh and said, I'm so hungry. You want a drink? I said, yeah. And while she walking to the table, she asking what I think. I like the way your lips poke, I like she pout. And that ass got my little man shouting. She kinda giggled, oh, you like what you see? Before I can answer, I heard, hey, what about me? I turn around, she got a pose with no clothes, with her leg up on the chair, with her ass exposed. She said, don't speak, just lay back on the bed. Said something about double heat. Yeah, you heard what she said.
If I got the high, you got the trouble. And if I got the high, you got the trouble. And if I got the high, you got the trouble to make this track flow. And if I got the high, you got the trouble to make this track flow.
Well, seeing that the music's going like it's going, and dang, it's 10:21 already. I really want to know, even if you can't get it to me quick, what do you think about this George Kambosos and Devin Haney fight? I've already given my opinion. I'll let you guys know I'm riding with Devin Haney regardless. And it's not because it's a feeling pick. It's because I think Devin Haney is better than Kambosos. And I believe that Devin Haney is going to show that he got heart. He has fight in him. He has heart and he has fight in him. And I think these attempts that Kambosos is trying to use to get under his skin, I think it's going to get under. Look, I think it's going to get under his skin, but not in the way that Kambosos is banking on. I think it's going to make him a lot more focused. I think the fact that his dad is not there is going to make him a lot more focused. I believe that we are going to see the best Devin Haney that we have ever seen. He might even have some more snap on his punches. And when I say that, I mean a little more pop. He might go out there, and Kambosos might be the first person to really feel the anger of this young man. But I believe he's going to be able to use that anger and focus that anger into relieving Kambosos of the belts. This is what I believe. And I believe that Kambosos has stoked the fire in Devin Haney to the point that even in a rematch, there won't be much difference in the results. I believe that Devin Haney is going to handle his business against Kambosos. Now, I believe when Trey X calls it and Marlo scores it, I believe that we'll see, listening to Marlo, because Marlo usually calls rates a fight quite well. And I believe that y'all give me a second. I'm going to hit y'all with nowadays because I'm getting a phone call coming in, so I'm going to hit y'all with nowadays, and I'm going to try to keep my mind on that track. Here you go with nowadays. Walk it out.
Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now I'm left, walk it right, walk it 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 left.
We got together the voters and people to remove a tyrant, a peaceful process which was equal, that resulted in violence. No longer in silence, we the people formed a unity and made it to the polls to fight for our communities. Soon to see an insurrection on the Capitol by hate groups and races, scared of what unified black would do. They plan to kidnap a few to overturn the election, cause the guy they put their faith in wasn't the selection. A pure reflection of how racist our country truly is. To have a sitting president causes unruliness. QAnon enthusiasts deeply rooted in government. Pawns of a Trump in case of a problem, they can cover it. Another hit to this thing we call democracy. Goals of $1 million to suppress folks' hypocrisy. It's a lot you see. Hope you listen and learn. Stay united, fighting and deny Trump a second term, or we gon' burn. Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it 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 left. Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it left, walk it right, walk it left, walk it right, walk it left, walk it right.
For years living on this planet, we've been underhanded by a system that's so satanic that would rather see you homeless or become an addict in the state of fear. Believe in God, please don't panic. Rhythm Nation, word to Janet, worldwide homicide, famines, pestilence, and plagues, wars among nations. Yeah, the last days, each meal's not guaranteed, so say your grace. This goes out to those who stare adversity in its face. Sign of the times in the hands of time synchronize you. Watch this, yep, it's relevant. God lives within you, don't run to these hypocrites in the pulpits full of bullshit. That baby just got hit by a fool who had a full clip. Family couldn't afford the funeral costs, and pastor so-and-so ain't do shit. And if you a leader, I hope this all makes sense. But enough for that, who got some weed to spark? Now, gon' bring the chorus, now let's march, and let's walk, and let's march.
Nowadays, people talk that talk,
but if you
wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it 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 left. Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it 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 left.
Nowadays we need to walk that walk and not be a statistic and avoid that chalk. Nowadays we need to walk that walk and not be a statistic and avoid that chalk. We need to do what we say, but what we really need to do is get on our knees and pray and ask for forgiveness. That's really all you gotta do. Can I get a witness and put a smile on your face? With God on your side, all the frowns are erased. Pick up a hobby or something instead of walking around tripping, bitching, whining, and bumping. Yeah, that's my word, that's all I hear. No weapon formed is how I live. That's why I have no fear. Nowadays we need to walk that walk and not be a statistic and avoid that chalk.
Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it 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 left. Nowadays, people talk that talk, but if you wanna make a difference, better walk that walk. Now left, walk it right, walk it 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 left.
Nowadays, niggas talk that talk, but when it comes down to it, they don't walk that walk. Always screaming at the gangsters till their lights cut short. Now your baby mama selling ass like it's a sport. And your kids growing up without a dad. And I don't have to tell you, you know life's gon' feel bad. And I can see that look up on your face, but here's the facts. The baby's chasing bags while she's lying on her back. She's fighting off them spirits, yeah, she's holding them at bay. And all I hear her say is, for my daddy, I pray. She needs you. So why don't you go ahead and break that chain and free your mind. And that way you can reclaim your power. That way you can lead this life, start that life, and lead your family straight to power. But nowadays, niggas talk that talk, but when it comes down to it, they don't walk that walk. Real. Y'all know how we do over here, MZ Talks Boxing, Musically Zone Talks Boxing. I done laid it out for you, how I feel about Devin Haney and Kambosos. I feel like Kambosos is pulling some pretty racial undertone things. And, you know, I think he's going to pay for it. I'm riding with Devin Haney. I don't see anything about Devin that's showing me that he's scared in this fight or he's nervous in this fight or he's worried. And that's a good thing. Even if he is, I'm glad he's not showing it to the public. I'm glad that he's holding it up under. And his dad seems to have instilled the confidence and things like that for him to be able to handle his business. And I don't see anything that could be wrong with that. I think Devin is going to make his dad and his community quite proud of him by going over to Australia, putting hands all over Kambosos and stripping those belts away. I believe he's going to put a well enough showing on that it would almost be impossible for them to just steal a fight from him. Now, I'm not saying it can't happen, because it can. But I believe that it'll be in our eyesight that Devin Haney is going to whoop Kambosos, and I think it's going to be a whooping that we're all going to agree upon. And we'll be knowing this, Saturday? Because they fight Sunday in Australia, so it'll be Saturday for us. We're not going to, Trey already said they're not going to be calling the fight because that'd be like early in the morning. But you better believe my eyes will be open and I will be watching that fight. I'll get in touch with my brother. He got a way to see every fight that's ever played without having to pay for it. So headed with that, I feel you. Armin Brown, 09, welcome to the Wrench Gang. Thanks for stopping by. Hit that thumbs button up on your way out. And have a good night rest. Thanks for the music compliment. And blessings to you as well. Peace and blessings. And may the Lord watch over you as you sleep tonight. I do believe that was you that I joined in church. You were streaming it for us, and I appreciate that. I'll be checking out. I'll be looking forward to seeing more of that and to just see more stuff come from your channel. So you have a beautiful night. With that being said, fellas, I'm going to give you guys a snippet of, what should I give a snippet of while I roll out the door? Let's just pick something and fall out real quiet like. No problem at all. I'll join every time I see the thing. Trey sent me over that way. I subscribed and I enjoyed it. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Because I don't get to go that often. So to have somebody that goes in and you streamed it, I enjoyed the atmosphere. It actually soothed my day for me. But I'm not going to hold you up. Go ahead and hit that bed. Fellas, I'm going to end it with what I started with. I'm going to let Obese take us out with his bipolar discussion. And until next week, I'll see you guys at Marlowe's Corner. With that, I'm out. Okay, don't make me look bad, radio. Let's go. There we go.
Down, man.
Start it.
Yo, bro,
I'm out,
hold up, bro. Let me talk.
I'm
Calm down, man. Calm down, man. Chill.
I'm not trying to deal with that bullshit.
Take a deep breath and listen to me. It's not worth it. The value that you see in this violence is really worthless. Don't worry about the clown because he belongs in the circus. His purpose is the very definition of what jerk is. You got me nervous, all jumpy and shit. Walking around mean face, all grumpy and shit. Fist clutch, teeth grit, all huffy and shit. Matter of fact, let me look around. We lucky he dipped. Fuck that. Where that nigga at? He just gave me a reason to let him know I'm a shooter. And it's hunting season. He happy now breathing, thinking this life is easy. Make him an asthmatic, hit him with two, leave him wheezing. Put that shit away, bruh. I'm not trying to catch a case. We need to have communication. Let's talk face to face. Besides, if you let it off, there's witnesses in place. That's how rumors get around. Community disgrace. Don't act within their haste and snatch a nigga's lifeline. I'm trying to be displaced in jail for a lifetime. And based off my race is considered a black on black crime. But everything I say is a waste when you're not in the right mind. This ain't the time to appeal. I wanna hear this nigga squeal. Shoot this nigga in a cab. Turn his ass in the bill. You can call it fast food, but to me it's a quick meal. He talking noise, I got the peace. See movement, me still. Shit, wifey was right. You need anger management. You need to find alternative ways that you can manage it. Imagine this, if we talk calmly, there'll be no damages. Handle this like two grown men that smoke some cannabis. Inhale, exhale, then maybe we can vibe on this. Treat it as a one-time deal and let them slide on this. I don't think Nigga, shut the fuck up. Now with that kumbaya shit, so you can kill it, bro. He asking for the heat, and I'ma let him feel it, though. Put him 6 feet deep when he walks in that door. Oh shit, there that motherfucker go.